This tutorial will show you how to add new frequency curves to the RAFT. First, we open the RAFT here, and we navigate to this Batch Import Frequency Curves Levies tab, which might be hidden. You may have to unhide this tab. And this is a way to add in and edit your frequency curves and levy data. Let's assume we have some flow frequency curves, and we're wanting to add some new records. And we'll assume again that we have done some legwork on tracking down all these frequency curves and this data about them. The tricky part is making sure you have the right RAFT ID of the gauge that this frequency curve applies to. But in the previous tutorial we added 3 gauges. We'll assume that we're using those same 3 gauges. So we'll bring over the data. Okay, so those were our gauges, and assume we've already populated all of this frequency curve information here. So we'll plot this in. And again, it's really best to try to do this in one big shot with a lot of gauges at once. It'll really cut down on the time taken to do this. So now we have, we're ready to import. So we go ahead and add these to the database. Okay, we added them to the table. It tells us we did. Let's make sure. So one of those gauges was, we called it TEDO. So let's check to see if that really got in. So there's TEDO, and there's that frequency curve that we just popped in. That is how you add a frequency curve. It's important to note that there is primary field needs to be true for only one of the frequency curves for a given gauge. So if there's multiple frequency curves for a given gauge, there should just be one of them that has true as primary. And that's how you add frequency curves.